Good afternoon, everyone. I think we're just about ready to kick off today's webinar. So welcome and thank you very much for joining. Today's webinar is Intro to Prospect CRM, the official CRM for Unleashed. As some of you already know, we are actually owned by the same company as Unleashed, but we've worked really closely with Unleashed for a number of years now and actually share hundreds of customers. Hence the natural acquisition that took place of both products by the Access Group. So as we go through today, I'll explain a little bit more about the product, obviously, and how that connects to Unleashed. And we will hopefully have some time at the end for some Q&A. So if you do have any questions during today's webinar, please put them in the questions box and we'll come back to those at the end. Obviously, if we don't have time for all of those, then we will take those offline. But please feel free to ask as we go through today's session. So before we begin, I should probably introduce myself. So I'm Louise and I'm the head of sales or sales manager for Prospect New Business, but also Unleashed account management. So you'll be starting your journey with me and my team. And then also, if you do come on board, you'll also be continuing your journey with me and my team. We keep it all nice and together. But I've actually worked at Prospect Soft for 12 years now. So pretty much part of the furniture. Hopefully I'll be able to impart some of my knowledge onto you today, but also kind of show you the product. And I'm lucky enough to actually have seen it evolve and become the product that I'm going to show you today, which I'm obviously really excited to show you. So let's get into it. I'm going to turn my camera off just for the actual presentation, and just because I actually get really distracted by that little box in the corner. So I'm going to turn it off, but I'll turn it back on at the end for the questions as we kind of get to that point. Okay. So let's get into actually what we're here to talk about today. So why is Prospect CRM so perfect for Unleashed customers? Well, like I said, there's the obvious, we're owned by the same company, which means all of our the two development teams work really closely together to make sure the things that we are developing in both systems fit together seamlessly. But actually, aside from that, the biggest reason is the product and how well that fits with the types of businesses, such as yourself, that are actually using Unleashed, so these product B2B businesses. And the focus of Prospect CRM is on real businesses and creating real profitable growth. And as I mentioned, not just any businesses, we only focus on wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses. And actually something I love to see is our customer success stories, of which we do have many, but just like we've got here Dennis from Good Culture Kombucha. So they have been an Unleashed customer for a couple of years now, and then they started using Prospect CRM alongside that about a year or so ago. And he said, since we started using Prospect CRM, in the last 12 months, our sales have doubled. So obviously, the aim of today's webinar is to show you a little bit of an insight into how our solution can achieve those similar results for you. Obviously, I'm not promising doubled sales in 12 months. I hope we definitely can get there for you, but disclaimer. That today is all about kind of understanding why the Good Culture Kombucha business has received those results from integrating both Prospect CRM and Unleashed together. So let's see how we go with that. But if you want to see more information after today's webinar, we do have a whole Unleashed page on our website. So if you head to prospectsoft.com/unleashed, you can see lots more information about Dennis's story, but also about other customers as well, and some really good kind of insights into the Unleashed integration there too. So how do we compare in the market? Obviously, there's hundreds of CRM solutions out there, you might have been you might have looked at these before. You might be using one already, but these CRMs that you can see on the system here, so on the screen, Salesforce, Pipedrive, HubSpot, they're the kind of more commonly used ones, which is why we've kind of just taken them for the comparison. But none of these have actually been built for product-led businesses such as yourself. And actually, you can probably take any hundreds of those CRMs and put them here in this comparison that I'm going to do today. But none of them, as I said, are aimed at businesses selling products. They're more, centered around those businesses that are selling services. you need to kind of understand when you're looking at all these solutions, and there's lots in the market, you know, what is the right CRM for you and your business in such a saturated market. And there's lots of comparisons that you could make, such as the star ratings, which you can now see as well. But today, you know, quite honestly, any good software business should be achieving those 5-star reviews. But the real comparison is actually in the users of each of these CRM solutions. So you can see the reviews by industry for the likes of Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot here, and they're all service-led businesses. So none that actually sell physical products from stock, you know, the likes of computer software businesses, marketing agencies, financial services, and so on. So Prospect CRM is actually the only CRM designed specifically for product-led businesses, which is clearly shown when you break down our reviewers by industry. And this is actually taken from those kind of review sites where people have put in their industry. So this is kind of real life data that we're looking at here. But, you know, with Prospect CRM, you can clearly see that all of the businesses that use our software are food and beverage businesses, construction, electrical, manufacturing products, food production, and so on. Which is why we have also coined the phrase the number one stock aware CRM, and we have consistently been voted the number one stock aware CRM as well. But all of these physical product businesses that are selling a large proportion B2B kind of drive our product as well. So not only, you know, did we kind of focus on that niche, but therefore since then all of our features are designed with these businesses in mind. And the kind of way we've built our CRM is completely different to those that you might have seen or used previously, where the focus is to sell a service. But then the majority of the focus after the selling of the service is actually delivering that. So then, you know, they're not looking for features such as repeat orders, or at least for them, not in the short term, which obviously for you guys probably is quite a key feature for you. So for our customers, a real focus is on those kind of repeat ordering customers, which is just not something these other CRMs can kind of handle in the right way. And which typically means if you implement one of these kind of traditional CRMs like Salesforce, HubSpot, etc., it kind of means you end up with a pretty expensive name and a note-taking system, a name address and a note-taking system, which is obviously kind of not what the goal is really. But hopefully today I'll show you why wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses choose Prospect CRM. Kind of, as I mentioned, this number one stock aware term that we've coined, you'll kind of see why that's unique to us as we go through today, and see kind of, you know, where the stock aware features are. Also, you can see here on the screen, we've won a number of awards that we're really proud of, and these awards are actually voted for by users of our software, and not actually terms that you would associate with CRM actually, such as, you know, most implementable, easier setup, loved by users, etc. And they're just not typical terms that you hear when you're kind of implementing a new CRM. You may have experienced that in the past, but typically CRMs tend to have a pretty bad rap for being hard to implement and actually quite hard to get users to adopt them. But these awards are just, you know, a product of the great market fit we have with the businesses that we work with. You know, the users can really see the benefit of the solution and they want to get stuck in and use it as quickly as possible, which is obviously really great. But we've also got a place where you can go and see these things in a bit more detail. So again, on our website, prospectsoft.com, if you head to /reviews, there'll be lots more information on all of this kind of stuff for you as well. I don't want to spend obviously too much time on it. But one of the things that kind of sets us apart from these other CRM solutions is we actually implement a really simple growth formula with our CRM. So specifically focused on wholesale manufacturing and distribution businesses, obviously. But this consists of 2 areas in our growth formula. Getting more customers, which is clearly a really important need for any successful business, regardless of industry or what you're selling, product or service, etc. So that's kind of, you know, something we do focus on. But then we have this other section to the growth formula, which is all about looking at and increasing customer lifetime value. And that's looking at things like customer retention, repeat customer orders, you know, how often they're placing orders with you, what the cross-sell and upsell opportunities are within your existing customer base. And these 2 areas together should then produce repeatable and profitable growth for product-led businesses. So if we break down those sections in a little bit more detail, you can see that they kind of have different segments here. So the getting more customers is that traditional sales funnel that you're obviously, you probably are very used to, which is all about attracting customers through marketing activities, etc., into the top of your funnel, taking them through your sales process, and hopefully then bringing them on board as a customer, getting them to place their first order with you. But for wholesale and distribution businesses, that isn't the end of the story. Actually, I don't know why this never plays for me properly. Sorry, we've got a little bit of a situation here where we've only seen the sales funnel. Let's just see if I can play that again. Sorry about that. Let's just go back there. Okay, there we go. We've pushed it on a little bit. So once, for wholesale and distribution business where your focus is on those repeat ordering customers coming back to you time and time again to place stock orders, getting them to place that first order isn't the end of the story. You then got a process of, getting them onboarded, looking at the things in that customer lifetime value segment, which is all about order frequency, their order values, the retention of those customers. So really not only focusing on getting more customers, but also identifying opportunity within your existing customer base, and obviously making sure that you're retaining those. And then, those two things together then equal that, profitable and repeatable business growth that I mentioned. So one of the things that we have in our kind of arsenal when you come on board as a customer is our growth playbook. And there's quite a lot in here that you can see on the screen. I won't go through all of this, don't worry, there's a lot on here, but we can send this to you afterwards. In our follow-up email, we do send this across. But there's various things here that help support each of those areas within Prospect CRM. Some with low effort to implement and, quick return on investment. And some of these features are even available within our free trials to get quick win results. Even, in our 14-day free trial, these things are available. And these are the things I'll be kind of going through in a bit more detail today with you. But then we have other features that require a bit more planning and a bit more execution, but could have a bigger payback. But ultimately, this is a simple map of how we can help you ensure success as you progress your journey with Prospect CRM, based on ever evolving business needs and business strategies that go on day to day for you. And there's quite a lot of mention here. So you can see actually that's broken down into the different segments that I've mentioned in that growth formula as well. So we have things to focus on getting more customers, if that is, the strategy that you're going for at the moment. Things about how you can attract new customers, how you then sell to them and close those off and bring them on board as a customer. And then we've got that higher customer lifetime value segment as well, and lots of features around that to help you onboard those new customers, add order value to those customers, order frequency, and ultimately retain those customers going forward. So you're continuously growing your customer base and not getting that leaky bucket effect of getting more customers, which is obviously really key, but then losing them out the kind of the back end and not really having a focus on that either. And you'll see on here quite a lot of mention around RFM. So RFM is actually a reporting logic that we use within Prospect CRM, and I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail. But that's one of the key reporting features that kind of look at this higher customer lifetime value. And I'll come into that in a second, and then we'll show you that when we get into the demonstration. But there's one thing that we also have, which you can access via our website as well. So we have something called the Growth Playbook Scorecard. Now, this can be taken even if you don't come on board with Prospect CRM. Actually, if you go through these questions, it does provide you with actionable feedback, regardless of whether you implement Prospect CRM. There's documentation and best practice advice off the back of this. But it basically just asks you a series of questions, and you have to be brutally honest to get the most out of this. So I do encourage you to go and take this and just see kind of where the areas of focus should be in your business. You might be quite surprised about where your focus is at the moment, and where maybe it hasn't been and maybe it needs to be. But this kind of just opens up that kind of view of maybe where things could be, improved for you. And as I said, you don't have to take Prospect CRM to get the results. We don't just say this is how you do it in Prospect CRM. And there's lots of advice off the back of taking this. So I do encourage you to go and take it. If you go to prospectsoft.scoreapp.com, we'll also send you the link as well. But yeah, go and take it. And regardless of what you do with that afterwards, it's just a really nice tool to kind of, have access to. But as I mentioned, one of the key focus areas in that growth playbook was on RFM analysis. And that stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. And it's actually an industry standard reporting logic that's been used for many a year by wholesale and distribution businesses. If you go and Google it, there's lots and lots of information about RFM. But what we've done is we've taken that logic and we've implemented that into Prospect CRM. So we can automatically segment all of your customer base into these different segments that you can see. So such as champion customers, those that buy or bought recently, buy often, spend the most, all the way down to those at risk. So you can identify those that used to spend big money and used to purchase often, but haven't purchased for a long time. So it really gives you that insight into your existing customer base, where the focus should be at any one point. And we're obviously able to do that because we're able to understand from the integration that we have to Unleashed. We pull through all of your key customer information, such as sales history, and we're able to then see how often customers are placing orders, basically the recency and frequency of those orders, but also how much they're spending on each of those orders as well. And any of that information changes or altered, we can then resegment your customers based on those changes within the sales history and the orders that they're purchasing, and giving you this kind of actionable insights into your customer base. We also have a new segment. So when you go, if you Google this, you probably won't see the segment of new customers. We've actually added that because actually it's quite a key thing for our customers to know. So when you bring a customer on board, it's obviously, they don't get into that repeat ordering cycle naturally until maybe their third, fourth order. So we hold any new customers in that segment till they place that third order with you. And then we kind of transfer them up into these different segments once we start getting that sales history built up for them. But it just gives you an understanding of those new customers that you might need to give a bit of hand holding to, start building those relationships and get them into that all important repeat ordering cycle with you as a business. But we do have lots of information. So again, you can Google it, but we've got, if you go to go.prospectsoft.com/RFM, again, lots more information. There's a whole webinar actually on there that's been recorded about leveraging RFM to grow sales. So again, check that out. Again, we don't have a lot of time to go through all of these in a lot of detail, but we do have lots of information that we can kind of impart on you after this as well. So before we get into the actual demonstration, it's probably worth just understanding what bits are integrated and kind of understand that section a little bit more. So obviously, Prospect CRM and Unleashed, we integrate those together, and actually that integration happens even in that free trial period, giving you, access to all that key information through the integration, even in that 14-day trial. So basically that connection happens and we import things like currencies, taxes and warehouses, all of your customer and supplier information, your full product file, including stock information as well, all of the pricing on products and customer special discounts, quantity break pricing, and all of the historical orders, invoices and credits all come through from Unleashed into Prospect CRM, which then acts as your sales customer facing interface, which then allows you to take all that information. We provide lots of sales analysis, lots of actionable insight reports on that information for your customer facing teams. You can place new orders and do quoting for not only your existing customers, but prospects as well. We have the ability, if you're quoting on prospects, you can actually create a new customer record in Unleashed on the fly. So you don't have to keep switching apps. It's fully seamlessly integrated in that respect. So you're taking your operations team are in Unleashed doing all of the good stuff that they do. And then you've got your customer facing teams in Prospect CRM, taking all that information, analysing it, doing what they need to do to grow the sales, grow the business, create new orders, look at increasing those average order values and so on, all within Prospect CRM, even for your, as I said, prospects as well. And we also do have the ability, whilst we import products from Unleashed, for you to actually create new products on the fly again. And that's quite useful if you've got supplier feeds that are coming through quite often with thousands of products on it, some that you may never sell. So you obviously don't want those kind of things blocking up your Unleashed if you're never going to sell them. So what you can actually do is quote for those products in Prospect CRM. And if somebody actually then buys it, you can create that new product from within Prospect CRM, and you can then import that into Unleashed, and that will be a product that you can sell going forward. So lots of seamless integration bits going on there. And again, we'll show you some of those as we go through the demonstration today, which we'll get onto now, because I'm sure I've bored you a lot with those PowerPoint presentations, and what you're really here for is to see the product itself. So let's get into that now. Yeah. Okay, so on the screen, we've now got Prospect CRM. And this is currently on the screen that you can see. We're on the account management dashboard, which is already pre-populated with data we've imported from your Unleashed system. And actually that gets you straight into the action, even within your free trial period. And you can see lots and lots of good data on here already. So front and center, we've got that RFM analysis that I mentioned during the presentation. And in these kind of clear color coding segments, we've got those different categorizations for your customer base, such as loyal customer, at risk, hibernating, don't lose them, etc. And you can actually click into one of these segments. Someone's raising their hand, and that usually means you can't see my screen. So I'm just going to stop and share again, just to make sure that is actually sharing. Can someone just raise their hand again if you still can't see it? If there's no hands raised, I won't reshare, and I assume that we can all see it now. Brilliant. Okay. Thank you for whoever raised their hands, because that does happen sometimes and I'm not sure why, but we're all good to go now. So let's go again. So front and center, we have that RFM analysis that I mentioned, and we've got clear color coding showing those different segmentations, such as loyal customer, at risk, don't lose them, etc. And you can click into many of those segments as well and get a full list of all the customers, all of your customers that sit within that loyal customer segment. And you can see some other key information in here, such as their first order date, their last order date, and how many total orders they've placed with you as a customer so far. So obviously that's really good information, and we're pulling that directly from Unleashed, from that sales history that you've got on your existing customers. And all these reports can be used for marketing and calling lists and so on. If I just go to this little menu at the top here, you can do things in here such as save to Excel. We can add to a campaign manager activity. So we've got integration to the likes of MailChimp and Klaviyo. So you can use all of this data to kind of run marketing campaigns through the CRM as well. And we've also got a nice little show on map feature as well. So you can pinpoint these customers on a Google map, and other things as well, like being able to select your own fields to put onto here to make it more relevant to the data that you need to get out of this. But all of this is all driven by that integration that we have to Unleash on that sales history. But constantly you are kept up to date with what's happening with your customer base at any one point and where the focus should be. So you can also segment this by the user that's logged in as well. So if you have particular account managers or salespeople, obviously we can make sure that the data that they're seeing is only relevant to them and lets them get on with their kind of day from the account management dashboard. We've got some other reports on here as well. So down in the corner, we've got the customer trends report, which shows us customers that are growing and declining, and those that are remaining static in spend year on year. So a really quick, again, glance at your customer base, where you can see where you're performing and where maybe some customers are not performing so well. And if I go into the declining section here and click see more, again, we get a full list of all the customers that are currently declining in spend. We can see the difference between the last 365 days and the previous 365 days spend, giving us a real insight again into our customer base, where we should be, who we should be calling and why, and making sure that we're keeping on top of those customers that may be dropping off a little bit, and finding out exactly what's happening there before they do become a churn. We've also got some other key reports such as needs engagement, problems and close rate. So these things start coming to life as you use Prospect CRM. So these are driven by the data that you're entering. So things like needs engagement, pretty self-explanatory. It kind of highlights to you those that have not been contacted in a certain amount of time. And actually you can set that threshold of time as well. So pretty flexible in terms of being able to set these reports to be relevant to you and your business. The problem section is a customer service ticketing solution that we have. So obviously we're going to focus on the stock aware features, the kind of pre-sales side of it today. But we do also have an after-sales ticketing tool available within Prospect CRM 2, which has integration to equipment items and serial numbers from Unleashed as well, if you're doing things like warranty, repairs and servicing, etc. But equally, you can just use that for complaints or invoice chasing, etc. The things that we don't like to admit that happen, but do definitely happen. And so there's that kind of after sales tool there as well. And the close rate is all about sales opportunities and being able to manage your sales cycle and processes, and having pipeline and forecasting reports off the back of that. And just probably the last thing to mention on the account management dashboard, which is most notable for most of our customers in wholesale and distribution, where repeat ordering customers, is a key revenue stream. We've got the missing order alerts. So this allows us to see, because we've got that sales history import happening from Unleashed, we can see, or the CRM will automatically set a days between orders for each of your customers. So for instance, Brown's Coffee might order every 30 days. We've got Mary Berry that might order every 10 days. And the system will set that and then be able to alert you to when customers have those missing orders where they haven't placed their order in their normal schedule. So you can see here I've got 7 missing orders currently. If I go into the see more section, that will give me a full list of all the customers that we should be speaking to, who should have ordered by now. It will tell me the days since their last order, their average days between order, things like the RFM segment, and also the average value of the orders that they're placing. So that also then gives us a total of the revenue that we're probably missing from these missing orders. So not only does that give us, not only does that highlight customers who might be a churn risk early on, but it also gives us that kind of calling list that we can go after on a daily basis and try and get those orders in from our customers. If I then, you can see we've got the customers listed down here as well. And from here, I can actually select a customer record to open. So I'm going to just choose from here the Brown's Coffee Group, or Group Coffee even. And that will open up our company record, and it will hold the stuff that you would expect from a CRM solution. So things like the company name, contact information. We've got a whole note section here, an activity feed where you can start adding correspondence, seeing emails that have been sent, orders that have been placed, and so on. So we've got a full activity feed for each of your customers in here, or indeed prospects, even if they haven't bought from you yet. We've got Google Maps integration, and Prospect CRM is available on any device, anywhere, at any time. So you can actually use the full Prospect solution on a mobile phone, a tablet, iPad, laptop, whatever it might be. So that is fully accessible on any device, anywhere, at any time. So we can see here on this customer record, we've got a contact section as well. We do import all of these through from Unleashed, but you can add an unlimited number of contacts within the CRM, because obviously you might have, marketing contacts, purchase contacts, owners, and so on. So you might want to have more contacts that you have in here than you have in Unleashed, but we do have a two-way sync on those as well. So any contacts added or any changes made will also sync back to Unleashed. We also store things like, address information and so on as well. We also have this categorization section. So here we've got lots of drop downs that help us kind of categorize our customers. And these are all fully customizable, configurable drop downs that you can set to be, what you require for your business. And we also have a really flexible screen customizer here as well, allowing you to rename fields and repurpose them, remove fields that you're not using, or indeed add your own custom fields, again, just giving you that flexibility over the system and things that you might want to store and report on in here. Just over at the side, we've got the at a glance section, which gives us a really nice top level view of each of our customers as soon as we come into the record. So straight away here, I can see what RFM segmentation Brown's Group Coffee are in. It also highlights me when they last ordered, and you can see we've got a notification at the top here, which just tells me they should have ordered by now as well. We can also see their spend in the last 365 days and also their financial year-to-date spend too. And if I click into one of these tiles, that will take me through to a full list of all the sales transactional history for Brown's Group Coffee, which we've imported from our Unleashed system. And this will tell me exactly every product that's ever purchased by this customer, if it's been ordered, how many have been delivered, how many of those have been invoiced. We've also got, all the cost information here as well to how much they purchased the product for, all the way through to invoicing and sales order numbers from Unleashed, including a nice little link there to actually open that record in Unleashed if you have an Unleashed login. You don't have to have an Unleashed login to use Prospect CRM. That's probably worth noting, but obviously if you want to use these links, that will be required. But that just, if I click on that, it will open up that invoice record within Unleashed for me to see some more information. So that's a nice line-by-line view of all that transactional history. But what we do then is we can take that and provide these sales analysis and actionable insights from all of this good information that we're importing through. So if I go to the sales analysis section, which is against every one of your existing customers, you'll get a full view, a more in-depth view of the spend or invoice value by month in a nice graphical view here. Also their order value by month as well. And I've got some top level information just up here as well, such as their order frequency days and all their kind of spend information. If I scroll down, I've also got the breakdown of what products they're buying as well. So we can see the top products by value and by order frequency. If I go into the see more section here, I get a breakdown again, just of every single product they've purchased, how many times they've purchased it, and the value of those orders on that particular product. So quite a clear view here of any products. You can quite quickly see products are not purchasing as well, and also, just being able to highlight the top products. And we can do lots of different reporting off the back of this as well, such as customers who bought X and not Y, customers who bought X, and again, add that into marketing campaigns and so on. But if I just click on one of these products, if I'm going to choose here the chili jam just at the top, that will open up the product records. So as I mentioned, not only do we import all of your customer information and your supplier information through, we also import your full product file. So Unleashed will remain your main product files. If you have pricing changes or descriptions that you want to update, etc., you will do that in Unleashed, and those changes will be imported on 15-minute cycles throughout the day. And we've even got a nice little handy link again there into Unleashed to this product for you to make those changes directly from within Prospect CRM. We import all the things like the product images if you have those in Unleashed, but again, you can just implement those into Prospect CRM. And that enables us to do really nice, fluffy customer-facing quotation documents that you can send out to customers, but also to prospects as well, and include all of this product information on quotation tables and so on. But you can see in the specification section, we've got all the prices listed. So we pull through the list price, the cost price, and any special prices and price tiers are also pulled through from Unleashed to Prospect CRM, which obviously then allow you to do quoting and ordering within here without having to switch back to Unleashed to do those with the correct pricing for products or customers. We've also got the quantity available, so we show an exact stock figure from Unleashed, and again, that's updated during the day every 15 minutes, so pretty up-to-date stock figures there as well, enabling your sales teams to have the right information at their fingertips when they're doing quotes for customers, or someone's just on the phone asking if you've got a product in stock and how much it's going to cost them. If you've got bill of materials, we also integrate all of that information and can also provide a buildable quantity on there as well. If I head to the stock levels page, that does break it down. If you have multiple warehouses, we can also show it by that, but it does give you a full total there. So you can see the buildable quantity, also the total in stock, and you get then the total available that you can actually sell to customers. We also pull through all the purchase information, so you get a nice view again. If you've got no stock of a product or a customer wants more than you've got in stock, you can tell them when the next available stock delivery is going to be and when you can get those items out to them. So all of that key information on a product is imported through from Prospects from Unleashed to Prospect CRM. We also do provide the sales transactional history on a product level too. So it looks pretty similar to what I just showed you on a customer, but this time it will show us what customers have actually purchased this product. And again, all the key information from Unleashed, like invoice numbers, and also a link to open in Unleashed as well. The sales analysis section on a product gives us an in-depth view into each product that you're selling. So we've got the top buyers report up the top, but we've also got this buying pattern report just down here. If I scroll down, that shows us kind of, the seasonality and the patterns of each of your products, giving you, again, not actionable insights, not only to your customers, but also to your products as well. And whilst these are kind of standard reports, we do have a full report builder tool, which allows you to build up custom analysis on your customers and products as well. So you can start seeing now where that stock aware CRM phrase has come from and where that integration is starting to happen with Unleashed and provide you with all that key customer and product information within a sales interface. So all the customer and product data that I'm showing you is, as I mentioned, updated regularly throughout the day from Unleashed, making sure you have the real-time data to support all of those, all of this analysis that we're doing and the sales tools that you need to kind of action and sell to your customers. And whilst obviously the Unleashed data sharing helps sales and account management teams increase new sales revenue as well as existing customer lifetime value, there's of course a wealth of other CRM features that you would expect. Without getting into too much detail, if I just click on the create button at the top here, you can see that we've got this create menu, and all of the things in here show you exactly all the other tools that we've got within Prospect CRM, such as being able to create and store companies and contacts, and even create an account from within Prospect CRM for first-time buying customers, as I mentioned previously. And we've also got these top funnel tools as well. So where we're talking about the getting more customers segment of the growth formula, we have lots of things like Campaign Manager, which integrates to MailChimp and Klaviyo for marketing and email marketing activities. We also have an inquiry form as well, which you can actually build in Prospect CRM, apply it to your current site, allowing customers to fill in inquiry forms and automatically then create an inquiry within Prospect CRM to be qualified and taken forward by a salesperson. So we're capturing all of that kind of, pre-sales information, those inquiries before, they get into a sales process. We've got a wealth of standard reporting that I've shown some of already in today's demonstration, but you have also the ability to create any custom reports within Prospect CRM as well. And we do also have integration to the likes of Power BI, so we can do some quite cool dashboard reports outside of what we offer as standard as well. We have lots of sales opportunity management and pipeline reporting to ensure you can maximize customer base growth. So being able to, manage a full sales process through the CRM with pipelines and statuses and being able to do quotes underneath those opportunities, and then all the full sales pipeline reporting off the back of that as well. I mentioned previously we have the customer service ticketing, so an after sales tool is available within Prospect CRM as well. We've got a quotation tool with the ability to create beautiful documents to send to your customers and to prospects as well. And from the back of those quotations, you can also then create sales orders and process these directly to Unleashed without any rekeying or switching apps and so on. So all of this kind of then shows you not only do you have the stock-aware features, but also all the kind of standard CRM features you would expect, as well as document management as well. So with access to all of the kind of CRM features and Unleashed data combined, you have a perfect 360-degree view of your customers and your prospects as well, all within one centralized location. So if we take you through actually taking a quotation from a customer, which is obviously kind of one of the key aspects of things that you're doing probably day to day. If I go back to Brown's Group Coffee and head to one of the contacts in here, so I'm going to choose John Brickner, he's the main decision maker. And here I've got all the information on John, so name, email address, contact details. We've got some categorization that you can hold on a contact, which feeds into the reporting tools that we've got. And we've also got this activity feed, as I mentioned previously, where you can kind of store notes and phone calls, any correspondence like emails, etc., with John directly against his contact record to get a full picture of kind of what's going on with this customer as well. So maybe we've got John on the phone and he would like a quotation for some products that he can take to his purchase team and get a purchase order to place a repeat stock order. So from here against John Brickner's record, I can go and create a quotation for John. Now, as I mentioned, it will automatically take all the good things that you need for a quotation, like the currency, also the price band, tax codes and warehouses, etc., all from Unleashed on the Brown's Group Coffee company record that you've got in Unleashed. So simply here, all I need to do is click create, and that will take me through to our quotation screen. And because Brown's Group Coffee are an existing customer, the first thing it will do is in this drop down, it will offer me the most frequently ordered items by this company. So straight away, I've got this repeat ordering tool that helps me, add products to a quotation really quickly, being able to then, do these repeat orders for customers. And on here, I can see product images, the description and the product code or SKU. I've also got the stock availability and the price to Brown's Group Coffee. Now, obviously, if you haven't got a price tier set up, it will just take the standard pricing from the product. But here I can do things like changing the quantity, and I can also, overtype pricing if you want to. I can add discounts to lines here as well. And if I just click on this little pencil button against each of these lines, we get a more in-depth view of things like the financials on a product. So you can do profit and margin reporting. So you can see you can do revenue reports in Prospect CRM, and I've got things like markups, percentages, and so on here as well. But I can also see the stock information against this product, any next available dates if there is any set with any of our suppliers, and also a recent history report, so I can see exactly when John last bought this product, how much he paid for it, and how many he ordered. So I've got that recent history right at my fingertips there as well. If I just head back to the quotation screen, I can also do a product search. I don't have to use this drop down. I can simply search for a product description or a SKU. So if I search for jam, that will filter our product file down, and I can add the correct product in there as well. We've also got some upsell, like we can add to products. So you can set up upsell, again, looking at average order costs and increasing those, or average order value, sorry. So being able to set up things like recommended products to prompt your sales teams at the point of sale to offer these to customers. You can even set up must-sell items as well. So if you've got, kits that, you might have a machine that must be sold with batteries, for instance, you can make sure that those are linked together as well. And the salesperson doesn't forget that. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that product on with the recommended product there. We've also got a full product search. So you can actually open up this full product file here. I can break it down by category. I can search for all my jam products, and I can then go through what we call a multi-line order entry to quickly add multiple products to this quotation. If I then go to this little drop down at the top, I've also got recently purchased and popular product reports that I can use here as well to build up quotations and orders. So if you're doing a repeat order for a customer, they order the same products time and time again, just with a different quantity, I can use their recently purchased report and actually build up that quotation or that order in the background there. And if I add and close, you can see that we've got lots more products on our quotation. You can also drag and drop Excel files if you've got customers that are sending you quotations or orders on Excel CSV files. You can simply drag and drop those in there and it will build that quotation up for you without, again, having to rekey that. But from here, I can then send John a quotation document that he can take to his purchasing team, get that purchase order reference and allow him to place the order. So there's a couple of ways we can do that. We can do that via a document. So we can create Word documents that you can edit, but it merges kind of key information in each time. Or I can actually send this out directly from an email. So we can build up templates within this email editor within Prospect CRM. We've got one here already, Blue Peter style email cover for PDF quote. And I can see here that it's attached a PDF document for my quotation. So when John receives this, he will have that PDF that he can open and see the full quotation that we're sending him, prices, quantity, and so on within that document. But it's also then got here some standard blurb within the template that we've predefined earlier on that we can use time and time again. And we've even got this call, approve, and decline order workflow, which allows this quotation to be sent to John. And instead of him having to then call and take up a salesperson's time just confirming that order, he can simply click approve and actually go and confirm that order himself. He can enter his purchase order reference. You can take card payments via that way as well, or you can just have it accepted on an account payment. But essentially, that just takes away a bit of a manumatic process from a sales team, just confirming and processing orders. And what that approve does is actually sends that order directly through to Unleashed to be picked and shipped as normal and invoiced. And the salesperson will just get a nice notification to say that that customer has gone ahead and approved that order. Equally, we do give the option to decline as well, and the salesperson will get that notification. You'll notice that this, when I said click on an email, it's opened up a template editor within the CRM. So that is because we can do these quite cool things with templates and also email tracking as well. But we can set this up to use your normal email domain, mail client domains if you're using Outlook or Gmail. We do have integration to those as well. And we can set up, your domain and your signatures. And also we have this save to CRM feature. So it enables you, if the customer responds to an email that you sent via the CRM, you can also save that back into here as well via a nice little Microsoft or an Outlook plugin that we've got, which you can download from the store. Sorry, excuse me. But I can send that out to John. That will automatically save a copy of that quotation. So I've got that clear evidence that that's gone. I can see exactly all of those emails. If I send multiple quotes to John, I can see all of those saved within the CRM, and that will be visible on the details screen. So I just close that quotation if I just go back to it. So that will be available on the details screen where I can see exactly all of the correspondence that have gone on with this. I can also set as myself to do. So if John's gone away to get a purchase order, I can set myself a task in 2 days' time to check with John and get PO. So I can remind myself to go and actually chase that order in, and I can assign myself a task, or if I'm on holiday, I can set that for another user of the CRM as well. And we can set a date and time that you want that to be actioned. We've also got the ability to set kind of types of correspondence for reporting purposes like KPIs, etc. But I can save that. and it'll be for myself in 2 days' time, and that will just appear on my to-do list, which you get access to by this little bell icon at the top of the screen, which holds all my to-dos that I set myself or someone else has set me, and obviously lets you have kind of a task management system within Prospect CRM as well. So from here, hopefully John will receive that quotation. I won't need to chase him up. He's just going to come back to me, as they always do, with a purchase order, and I can go ahead and I can confirm that order. So from here, I can just enter a purchase order reference. I can then click confirm order, and that will go through to Unleashed as an order, sales order, ready to be picked, shipped, and invoiced as normal. So this account is on stop, as you can see here, so I can't confirm it at the moment. But when I click confirm on that, it will go through to Unleashed, as I mentioned. It will then pull through all the sales order information back into the CRM once that hits Unleashed, which is an instantaneous order confirmation to Unleashed, and provide me that information back into Prospect CRM for all of our call reporting off the back of that. You can also see here that we can take card payments. So if you've got a customer that is over their account limit or their pro forma account, you can actually take card payments through our integration with Stripe directly from within the CRM. And if you do that, it will automatically process that payment receipt through to Unleashed as well. You've also got the ability to set up delivery charges, and you can set your Unleashed delivery method from within Prospect CRM as well. And obviously all that kind of delivery address management in here too, with postcode lookup. So if I head back to the dashboard area now, so we looked at the account management dashboard, but we do also have another a whole load of dashboards in here, dependent on, I guess, what kind of user you are, where your focus is. If you're just selling new business opportunities, you're probably going to be on the sales rep dashboard constantly, or the sales pipeline dashboard. But these things then lend itself after from our quoting and sales opportunity management. You've then got all these sales rep dashboards which show sales reps, what opportunities they're working on, what status they're in, what orders they've processed so far this month versus last month. We've even got a nice little leaderboard there for a bit of healthy competition within sales teams to see sales reps that are performing against last month and against each other as well. But we've also got things like focus areas, those that are slipping away, that haven't been contacted in a while, and just really highlights, where you've got opportunities that are due to come in this month, the next quarter, and so on. You can also view all this information in a Kanban style forecast report as well. So as a salesperson, I can manage my opportunities from this report. I can click on that. I can open them from here as well. And I can see all that information directly from the sales Kanban report, and I can drag and drop them over into different statuses and pipeline areas as well. We do also have in this navigation menu, so whilst we've got those nice graphical dashboard reports, we also do offer a wealth of other reports in such as the sales section. And in here, you've got reports such as customers who bought X and not Y, customers who've not bought X, again, all working off that integration, that information that we're pulling through from Unleashed. And you can obviously use these in marketing activities or calling lists for your sales teams and marketing teams. But we've also got other things in here like predicted churn alerts, pipeline reports, and so on, all through the report build that we have. And these are all flexible reports that you can kind of change and make your own as well. And just before we finish up on the demonstration today, there's one other key reporting tool, which is a fairly new product within the CRM. We've got the Magic Matrix dashboard. And this again focuses on looking at customer lifetime value, so your existing customer base. But this helps you identify where you've got cross-sell and upsell opportunities within your customer base. Without going out and getting more customers, this is showing you where you can actually grow your sales and grow your business within your existing customer base. So here I can see all my Unleashed product categories down the side, and it highlights to me in red where customers have not purchased from a product from that category, and in green where they have. And again, that's all based off the product or the sales history that we're pulling through from Unleashed for each of your customers. And we can also then start building up awareness. So we can run marketing campaigns using this information. We can log sales opportunities off the back of this. And again, highlights here in orange and blue where you're doing those actions as well to kind of cross-pollinate those products. If I open the Magic Matrix, it actually takes us to a really kind of graphical grid form to show this information. So all down the side here, I can see all my customers. Across the top, I've got my product categories. And in the middle, I've got clear color coding, which shows us in red where they haven't purchased from a product from that category, in green where they have, and in amber and in blue where we're starting to build up those actions and kind of make customers aware. We're starting to have sales conversations with them about those products that they're not yet purchasing. And we do also offer a build awareness section here as well, which allows us to go through and help you build marketing campaigns to kind of, look at this data, send emails or calling lists, for people that haven't purchased particular product categories, and start building up that awareness and changing these dots from hopefully red all the way through to green. So really enables you to, again, highlight where you've got those sales opportunities within your existing customer base. And again, this is not actually a reporting tool that we thought up. It's a Harvard Business School idea. We've just taken that and put it into the CRM. And again, using that information that we're getting from Unleashed, we can provide these actionable insights against your customers. So lots and lots of tools there to, manage your existing customer base, get more customers, and really start implementing that business growth for product businesses. So I know that's kind of a whistle-stop tour of Prospect CRM. There's obviously lots and lots of things in there, and I've only just scratched the surface on all of the stuff that we've got. So if I just head back to the PowerPoint presentation, I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen and share it again because of the situation we had last time. So just bear with me 1 second, and you should now be back on the PowerPoint presentation. So next steps, as I mentioned, we do have a free trial. And everything that I've shown you today is actually available within that free trial. So with Unleashed, you can actually set up that integration. It's a click of a button, basically. The integration happens with your Unleashed system, and all the stuff that I've shown you today, all those things that we've gone through, the features are all available. You've got those actionable insights within that 14-day free trial. So obviously, definitely worth taking a look at that information. But if that's just what you do, that's fine. But you can head to our website, prospectsoft.com, and you can take a free trial from there. Equally, you can actually head into the integration store within Unleashed, take a free trial, and that's doing it from in there will actually automatically set up that integration for you. But once you've done that, we've got sales consultants that are happy to kind of do more one-to-one sessions with you, get into a bit more of the detail on some of the specific areas that you're more interested in, getting to understand a little bit more. We can take you through our sales opportunity management, a lot more detail, our after-sales processes. And again, we can actually look at that with your real-life data, not just the Mary Berries and Jamie Olivers that I've shown you today. So definitely take a free trial, take advantage of that. And yeah, we can have a one-to-one conversation with you on your data. We've also actually got a offer on for Unleashed customers at the moment, kind of just a specific one just for Unleashed customers. So if you head to our pricing page on our website, so all of our pricing is available on there. You can see the subscription options, etc., and what that's included. But so you won't see this offer on those kind of publicly available pricing pages for obvious reasons. But if you take a free trial by the 14th of May, and then you subscribe within that 14-day free trial, we are actually offering a 3 months half price just for our Unleashed customers at the moment as well. So definitely worth kind of jumping on that and taking that trial. And then if you do love Prospect CRM, which I hope you do, and you do want to come on board, pretty good time to kind of get that happening with those 3 months half price as well. If you want to see our pricing in a bit more detail, do head to prospectsoft.com/pricing, and we are pretty transparent with all our pricing on there. But again, if you want to talk through anything, we can definitely do that with you separately. So I think I've left a few minutes for some questions. A couple have come in as we've been going through, so thank you very much. Any more, just drop them in now, and I'll start going through them. As I said, if we don't have time to answer all of them, I will take them offline and come back to you on those questions as well. If you don't want to ask today, that's fine. Again, if you take free trial or you want to drop us a message or email, etc., we can pick up these things with you on a more one-to-one basis. So let's have a look at what some of the questions are that we've got. How do I get started with Prospect CRM? Okay, straight in there. That's good. Good sign. So obviously, first thing to do, take that free trial, get that integrated, and we'll contact you and we'll do a bit of a one-to-one session. It doesn't have to be a full demo. Again, we can kind of pick out some bits that you want to go through in a bit more detail. But basically from there, there's a subscription page within the free trial, which basically allows you to kind of pick your subscription option, allows you to pick your support option. If you want more dedicated support, there's options in there for that as well. You simply go through that subscription page. We actually put your trial live, so anything you do in your trial doesn't get lost. If you actually want to use it as if you had a Prospect CRM in that free trial process, please do take full advantage of that and do that. Equally, if you put loads of crap in there in your trial, that's also fine. We can clear that out for you as well. But after that subscription, after you've kind of had a conversation with us and we've gone through a bit more specific details with you, then you get passed to our onboarding team who pick up, take you through our onboarding process, which actually is free of charge, our standard onboarding. We think that onboarding is pretty important when you're implementing a CRM, and we don't want people to miss out on that. You know, if you're successful, we're successful. So that is included. There is no additional charge for onboarding unless you want additional services, which are kind of outside standard. But again, we have those conversations with you separately. But you get passed to an onboarding team who will take you through the growth formula, that the growth playbook that I mentioned earlier. And we kind of get you set up, do the configuration with you and take you through our onboarding process. So that's how you get started. And probably a good one to follow on from that is the pricing. Yeah, so I didn't actually show you that. Again, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, but let me take you through the pricing. It's probably a key thing for everybody. So let's have a look at that now. And let me just reshare my screen. Okay, so you can head to our, as I said, prospectsoft.com/pricing to see all of this. But you can see here that we've got our subscription offers, our subscription pricing available on our website. You can also see, if you scroll down, what's included. The professional subscription is everything that I've shown you today, and obviously quite a lot more of features that we haven't had time to go through. But you can also then decide how many users you want, and it will show you the price for that too. So that is our most popular one with Unleashed customers. But as I mentioned, the 3 months half price isn't going to be on here either. So just make sure you take that into account as well. But yes, fully transparent on our pricing. We start at £318 per month for our professional subscription, and you get up to 4 users included in that. So, you know, that they are already included. If you have 2-3 users, that's also fine. If you have 5-6 users, also fine. We don't really have a limit on users on our subscriptions apart from our startup one. So yeah, we tend to not have any of our Unleashed customers on advanced. That's for more, you know, if you've got multiple Unleashed systems that you want to connect to one CRM, that's probably where you want to be heading for. But, you know, that's not typical. We've got other options for that we can discuss with you. So if you have multiple companies, we can manage that in different ways as well. So yes, any further questions on pricing, please get in contact and we can go through those with you in a bit more detail. You mentioned you have a service side to the CRM for warranty repairs. Can this be managed in Prospect CRM? Yes, warranty repairs can be. So as I mentioned, within Prospect CRM, we have that customer service ticketing solution. If I just go and open one up, I don't know if we've got one already. If I just go to John Brittner, he might already have one. So yeah, we've got the problem section. So we've kind of focused a lot on, you know, pre-sales and kind of managing that side of Prospect CRM. But the problem tracker that we have in here does allow you to manage after sales queries as well. Or even if you have, like, you know, a servicing section to your business where you do sell products, but, you know, some of those products do need an implementation by, you know, a technician or something, you can log service tickets within Prospect CRM. And this can be used for a multitude of different things. We have things, you can set types on here as well, so you can use it for, you know, we've got complaints, a delivery complaint here, as you can see, type, implementation type. If you manage warranty, repairs and servicing, you can have those as different types. So you can really kind of categorize out the different after sales stuff that you do. And then you can obviously run reports off the back of that as well. But with warranty repairs, we can also store equipment items within the CRM. So if you have a particular product that is with a customer that has 12 months warranty, you can track that all within the CRM. We can also put contracts in place if you have extended warranty contracts with some customers. or they're on different service level agreements, etc., you can have that available within the CRM. But with Unleashed, the equipment item register is actually automatically, or can be automatically created based on the sales transactional history. So when you sell a trackable item, we can then create an equipment item off the back of that automatically. Once the invoice is generated, if a serial number is then associated to that product in Unleashed, we will also pull that through as well. So you have that full equipment register within the CRM, which you can then log tickets on the back, off the back of equipment items instead of just on a person. And you can start tracking, you know, if you've got products that should be serviced every 6 months, you can start running reports to say, show me all the products that were serviced in 5 months or more ago. And then you can then, you know, do a calling list to get those services booked in and so on. So really flexible customer kind of after sales solution. And again, I know I haven't had time to go through that in a lot of detail today, but give us a shout and we can go through that in a lot more detail for you. And we've got some videos and stuff that we can send on that. But yes, I've now got to the point where everyone's, I'm sure, wanting to get off for the day, finish their days up. So we're at 4 o'clock now. There is a few more questions I haven't managed to get through. I do apologise, but I will take those offline and we'll come back to you. Any questions that you have after this, please let us know. Sign up for a free trial, get your data integrated and see what all these reports look like with your data in it. And get those actionable insights happening for your business. Any other questions? As I said, I will come back to you. Any requests to call, I will definitely get that arranged ASAP for you as well. But thank you so much for your time today. It was lovely to not meet you, but hopefully meet you soon. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully speak to you all very soon and have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you very much and speak to you soon. Thanks.